Okay, in the last video, we completed our variable student that was going to be a global access across each of our tabs. So what we're going to do now is going to come over to our assembly and we're going to start looking at our assembly drive. So that's going to be our gears and the motors for the back part of it. So I'm going to start by going, changing this to being my assembly drive. Okay, so the first thing I need to do is add some components. So to do that, what I'm going to do that is I want to come over to this insert at the top. So I'm in the assembly tab, insert. So current document is where we are now. What we want to do is come over to other documents and go to that home page if you're not there already. You'll remember the last place you looked. So we're going to go into this Guildford Grammar School. Yours will look a little bit different because you won't have all these extra ones, but you'll see a grayed out reference material, which you click on, and then we can go into engineering components. So in there, we can see we have a bunch of pieces that we're going to need. So what we're going to do here is we're going to come down and we want to be able to add in this RC yellow motor mount. So drop that in for the moment. And you probably won't get this back up, but we're going to go create that version so we can use that. Yours will probably just say you've got version 19. So from here, what we're going to do is we're going to come over to assembly. Okay, so this is the fun bit that we start to have a look at here, because what we've got is a couple different options on how we can configure this. Now we can change this later and I'll show you what these look, but we're going to start just by selecting the free orientation and go OK. So I'm going to select on him now, and that's going to bring that in. I'm just going to go tick and leave that there. So what we see at the moment is we've got these ones where we're going to add gears to the side here. And then our motors have this little mount that have some attachments that allow us to be able to fix it to either the base or other pieces if you've got a different idea. But this configuration piece allows us to do some pretty cool stuff. So if we go back onto him, so it's right click, and we can see we've got this change configuration. And I'm going to drop down. I'm just going to have a look at each of them. So I'm going to start with vertical. And it will then give it a second. Go tick, and then we've shifted it. So notice that it's kept that on a plane. So if you actually have a look in here, you'll see there's a bunch of stuff that it's done, or that I've done, to make this stay in line. So you can see that as we move that around, they will stay fixed together. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to go change configuration and go to horizontal and tick, and we can see again that plane is level and it set those up. So these can go either way depending on how you want it. But what we're going to have to do once we set this up is be able to align our gears so that they are the right diameter away. So that's kind of a next stage that we'll need to do. But let's have a look at the other configurations. So we've got horizontal, we've got stacked, we've got a vertical with this little PCB mount, so we can get that a little bit closer and have an option for that. We've got the vertical motor on the other side if you need it over the other side. But the one that we're going to play with is this stacked. So what this has done is it allows us to have the motors above, and I'm going to leave it on that, and it gives us some options to be able to slide the attaching bolts in that little channel at the bottom. So that is where we're going to start with first. Now, what I need to be able to do here is based on our gear size that we want to do, we want to be able to know how far away these need to be. So to do that, we are going to come over to this Part Studio. We're going to rename him to be Part Studio Gears. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. Now I've got that set up. So what I want to be able to do here is I'm going to create two sketches with just a circle with the size that our gears are going to be. So I'm going to create our sketch, and I'm going to do these on the front plane. So I click on the front plane and we can see the sketch has appeared. The size of that box doesn't matter, just that it's drawn on the plane. So I'm going to start with a circle. Now, before I draw it, you can see our circle is selected. We're going to come over and add in to be construction line. So it doesn't actually get measured or anything, but I'm going to click that in there. And what I need to be able to do here is I'm going to just hit a number and then hit subtract, so I can start writing in my gear, and I'm going to use my driven. And what I'm going to do is go Shift 8 to get that asterisk, which is like times. And I want that to be my gear module. Okay. And what that gives me, I go enter, enter. It gives me the diameter that my wheel or my gear is going to be. So if I change that, so I just made that one my driven. And what I'm going to do now is I want to be able to rename that sketch. So that is my sketch gear driven. It'll just make my life a little bit easier later. I'm going to go tick on that. And I'm going to create another sketch on the same plane, because we're not going to do much else other than use these in that assembly drive. So I'm going to make my circle and go to the construction. So notice our shortcut, I could use a C, and construction, I could use a Q. So I'm going to click on that this time, draw it back on that circle. I'm going to write 1 and then take it out so I can start typing my size that I want for this. So this is going to be my gear driver. And then Shift 8 to get that asterisk, times by the module. Enter, enter, and it gives me the size. So if I go and change this, so let's say I want to change that down to 1, you'll see both of those will adjust. Okay, I'm going to leave it on 2 for the moment. And again, once I change those gears, they're going to adjust as we go. Now I could adjust that there, or I right click over here and rename. So this is now sketch gear driver. Okay, so that's what I need in here. I'm going to come back over to my assembly drive. And what I want to do here is on one of these sides, I'm going to insert from my current document. I need to go to the Part Studios. And you can see I've got sketches available because that's the only thing that's in there. And I'm going to bring in both of those. Okay, so it doesn't matter where I click those. I'm going to hit tick. And what I want to do is I'm going to grab one of these. I'm going to then rotate it. I probably want to go 90 degrees on that. So it goes square. Do the same thing to the other one. All right, so from here, what I want to be able to do is I'm going to make them concentric with these. So this one here was my driver, so he needs to go on my motor. And then the other one, driven, which is that guy, needs to go on the wheel. So we're going to bring him up there. So he's about in line there. And we're going to bring them across so that they're in line with the edge here. So I'm going to line it up on this and then offset it from there. So let's start there. So I'm going to use a revolute on this one. And then what I want to do is I'm going to select that center piece there for that one. So if I hold Shift, it'll give me the center point to access there, and then that will allow it to rotate on that. I'm going to tick on there, and then I'm going to do the same thing with this one. So I'm going to click him, and I'm going to choose somewhere in that there. So it should allow, there's that one and that one. And I'm going to go tick on that. And that should have, he's unhappy, I picked the wrong one. Let's get that one off and try that one instead. And go tick, and there, we're happy. So notice they went red when I didn't have the right one there. Now at the moment, these are a little bit out of sync. So what I want to be able to do is be able to get these on the planer. So let's try this. Okay, so what we've done is I've removed, so I've just got my first revolute, so that one stays around the circle there. I just had a quick play, but I deleted that other revolute that we played with that one. What we're going to do on this one is, because I want it to stay on the center of this, but I want it to be able to be in line with this one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this one, which is a slider. So what I want to be able to do here is I'm going to pick that circle. So notice it's got the center of that and the end of this one. So what that gives us now is it allows it to slide on that cylinder. Okay. So next stage I'm going to do is I'm going to make those two on the same plane. So I'm going to select that one, and I want to pick those two circles. Okay, I'm going to go tick. So notice it jumped funny, but that's okay. I'm going to go there, and then the other relationships will set up. So at the moment, they will stay on that same plane on their axes that we want them to be, but we need these two aligned for our gears to mesh properly. So the last one we're going to use is this tangent mate. So I'm going to choose the tangent mate, and then we're going to choose 1 and 2 and tick. So now those gears, when we add them in the next video, are going to be exactly where they need to be. What we are going to do now is just have a look at what happens when I change, well, not the bill of materials, that's the wrong thing, our variables. So if I change the size of this, let's watch what happens. I'm going to make this one 32 instead, and we'll see it automatically adjusts. We could even make it bigger. Let's go up to 40, and it adjusts. So because we're using those global variables, wherever we want to change it and update it through the course, it will allow us to adjust our dimensions of everything. So well done on this stage, and we will go in and insert the gears and the wheels for this setup next.